most of us know what we shouldn't be eating if we want to lose weight. But more importantly, I wanted to look at all the things you can eat to show you that being on a diet doesn't need to be about restriction and deprivation. So first, you should ensure that each meal contains some protein, some healthy fats, and non-starchy vegetables. The protein part, that can be any type of meat or fish, including shellfish, also eggs. Just make sure that the meat isn't processed and the fish isn't covered in batter or breadcrumbs. The healthy fats could be nuts, seeds, nut butters, olive oil, coconut oil, avocados. Then the non-starchy vegetables are all of your leafy greens, salad ingredients, carrots, peppers, mushrooms, the list goes on and on. Just try and get as much variety here as possible, all colours, shapes, sizes. This forms the basis of your diet plan, and the reason that it's formulated in this way is to get your body into fat burning mode. And this term's used a lot, but put simply, what it means is that you're using the fat that's stored in your fat cells for energy. Now, to do this, you'll need to cut down on the amount of carbohydrate you have in your diet. The reason for this is how carbohydrates are digested. When you eat carbohydrates, your body converts these to glucose, and the hormone insulin is released to send this glucose to the cells that need it. Any glucose which is not used, insulin sweeps up and puts into your fat cells. So, if you overeat carbohydrates, meaning you eat more carbohydrates than your body's actually using for fuel, you put your body into fat storage mode. So this is going to be the opposite of fat burning mode. Now, you're still going to need to eat some carbohydrates for energy and for all the nutrients they provide, and that's where your non-starchy vegetables come in. But what you need to do to get into fat burning mode is reduce the amount of sugar and starchy carbohydrates you're eating. And examples of starchy carbohydrates: bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, the list goes on and on, includes cakes and biscuits, which you'd expect really in a diet plan. And if you cut these things out, that's going to ensure that your blood sugar levels remain steady. You don't have any spikes where a lot of insulin is released. Fruit is fine in moderation, but as it can contain a lot of sugar, you want to try and eat berries or fruit where you eat the skin, because the skin contains a lot of fibre, and this wraps up the sugar contained in the fruit, so it takes longer to digest and doesn't create the same spike in blood sugar as, say, drinking fresh apple juice would. The problem is that we have an over-reliance on starchy carbs to fill us up, and we think we're going to be hungry if we don't have bread, potatoes, rice on our plate. And this is where you need to change the way that you think about food and eating. If you want a different result, you have to change your actions, don't you? Although eating a meal which is high in protein, good fats and vegetables will not make you feel as full as soon as you've finished eating as a meal which is high in these starchy carbs, it will actually take you a lot longer to digest. The digestive system has to work much harder to digest this sort of a meal, and it will therefore keep you feeling fuller for longer than a meal filled with starchy carbs will. And it's about training your brain to recognise this and realise that you don't need to feel completely stuffed after you've eaten in order to keep you feeling full after the meal. Keeping your sugar levels stable will also help with cravings, which are a common side effect of eating a diet which is high in sugar and processed foods. After the blood sugar hike, it crashes back down and leaves you feeling tired and lethargic. You're needing something as a pick-me-up, which is often something sweet to eat or more processed foods to increase the blood sugar levels again, and so the cycle goes on. And if you recognise this eating pattern in yourself, then give my plan a try and let me know how you get on. I love to hear from people who are trying this. All my clients are asked to eat this way, and I've had feedback that it improves sleep, energy levels, even concentration levels, as well as the weight loss, which of course happens. So why wouldn't you want to give it a try? If you want to have all these benefits, then give it a go and let me know how you get on. Thank you.